everyone, and welcome back. It is Tuesday night, and we are broadcasting live on Facebook. This is BWE The Talk, and I am Marcia Boynton. Of course, I'm joined with our founder and CEO, Dr. Jacqueline Renee King, and Dr. Jessica Houston, and we have a variety of topics that we're going to be going over and discussing tonight. We look forward to your comments there on Facebook Live, so please post your comments there. We want to know what you think. Dr. Jessica Houston is here tonight. Dr. Houston, how are you this evening?
Hello, I'm awesome. How are you?
I'm doing well. Thank you so much. I'm glad to be back. Looking forward to the discussion tonight.
Yes.
Dr. King is here, of course. She is just getting everything set up for us on Facebook so that we can hear everything that you have to share with us. We want to hear from you. And Dr. Houston, how was your week? I missed you.
Yeah, it's been great. I'm actually going to Dallas tomorrow. My sister lives there, and we're going to MegaFest too. So.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
Nice. We have to talk about that a bit. MegaFest, that's with Bishop TDJ.
Yeah.
Have you been there before?
I have not. So this will be my first time. I actually visited when I visited her. I visited his church. This will be my first time at MegaFest. So.
Wow.
All right, I'm ready. I am ready.
Okay, I'm going to share.
Okay, so we are set with our discussion. Dr. Jacqueline King, how are you this evening?
I am doing wonderful. Thank you very much, you queens. Glad to be with you all again and ready to hit some hot topics. A lot has happened since last week, so how about let's talk about it. Hello, Violet Jarvis. Hello, Altima Vega. Thank you for sharing the broadcast, and come on in, get your popcorn, get your drink, and let's talk about it, ladies, queens. All right, so Marcia, you're up first as always. Hello, Jasmine Heyman. How you doing, dear? Marcia, what you got?
Good evening, ladies. Okay, so first up tonight, I want to talk about the cover of ESPN magazine. Now, I was going to share this on BWE, but it is a man who is nude, so I wasn't sure how we would feel about that. But let's just talk about it. On the cover of ESPN magazine is an NFL running back, Zeke Elliott, and he is nude. Now, he's covering up, he's covering up, but he's obviously in the nude. So there was some outrage on Twitter from some of the men who were not happy with it. I mean, I think the cover looks good myself. I'm just telling you the truth. There was some outrage with men who said, no, he shouldn't, be on the cover like that. And there was also, of course, a woman, a Danish tennis champion, Caroline, I think it's Wozniacki, who is as well on the nude as a woman. And there's no outrage with the woman who's on the cover of the magazine in the nude. So I just would like to know, ladies, if this is a taboo thing, if men should not be, is it okay for women to pose nude and it's called art or photography and not okay for men? What do you think, ladies?
Wow. I'd have to say, I don't think that anybody should pose nude, only because we've got but it's so prevalent now. I mean, even on television, my daughter and I were watching, I'm trying to remember, I think it was Liquid Plumber. It was some type of commercial where everybody had their pants halfway down and you could see the top of their rear end.
Yes.
Just like, and my daughter's like, Mommy. I'm like, no. And it's a commercial. So, I mean, nowadays it's just like they just have it all hanging out anyway. But I do agree that there is a double standard. And so, you know what, if it's okay for women to, I mean, they're doing commercials with eating a burger with a bikini on. So, but there's no outrage about that. They're washing cars bent over, no outrage. But of course, a man, there's an issue. So, I mean, if you're going to do it, I mean, both of them have equal rights to show off what you want to show off.
There's a double standard, and I think about this when I watch the talk shows in the morning. I watch I'm a MSNBC or NBC person, and now I'm watching Good Morning America. I guess it would be Good Morning America or whatever comes on with Gayle King. So I don't know if anyone pays any attention to it, but the ladies, in most cases, the only one that I know that used to wear pants was Robin when she was on there, but they all wear dresses. Now, I mean, I'm not against dresses, but sex sells. That's just what it is. And so that's what they put out there. Men want to see legs, they want to see body, they want to see, and so they're going to continue to put that stuff out there because that's what men want to see. And so, but I do think I think it is a double standard, and it's exploitation. I think it's exploitation. I really do. Tiana Pointer, how you doing? Nancy Pigu, hello. Yeah, that's my opinion. I mean, I didn't see it. I was like, I'm gonna tell you what. When I saw Serena, now that's what I thought. That's what I thought you was getting ready to talk about. Well,
well, I actually have her too.
Yeah. Well, I mean, since we on the subject, right on the nudity, Serena just went all out, didn't she?
Yes.
Okay, y'all go ahead and talk about that. Yeah, go ahead. Mm-hmm.
Well, for Zeke, for me, I think this is, the first Melania, the first lady Trump, number 45. She posed nude, and it was referred to, it's art. And for me, hey, if it's okay, well then we can say that Zeke Elliott, the NFL running back, African American man, and he's handsome, and he's an attractive man. It's art.
Oh, man.
It's just art.
Okay, Marcia. All right, I'm gonna have to check that out. You are hilarious. You're hilarious. Art. Okay, sister, it's art. Moving right along. I know you wasn't kidding. You were serious.
I'm kidding. No, what I really wanted to say is I think from the perspective of men who look at ESPN as a sports magazine for men who, they may not want to pick up a sports magazine and see a man in the nude on the cover. But it does draw the eye of women. I mean, if I saw it, I would look at it. I don't know that I spend money on it, but I would look at it. Look at the cover. I would look at it. Y'all got to check it out. You can just look that up. ESPN covers Zeke Elliott, okay. And let us know what you think. We have an hour show, so let us know what you think.
All right. Well, what about Serena?
So, what happened? Because the only thing I got on Serena is the comments that were made. So, is there?
Yeah, we can go on with that. No, she posed on the magazine cover, nude, holding her stomach and covering up her breast, like Demi Moore did back in the day.
Right.
Yeah, that came out today. Pull that up, Jessica. Okay. You gotta see that. But I mean, I think she's a beautiful queen. And I wouldn't do it, but I'm not judgmental. If that works for them or whatever. Beyonce was almost nude when she did hers.
Yes.
Yes. A lot of those photo shoots of pregnant women nude. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, well, Serena's is pretty exotic looking because of her dark skin, I think. Did you see it, Marcia?
Mm-hmm. And, I think she looks gorgeous.
She does.
So, people are always saying something, but I do see her. Okay.
Well, Beyonce shapely too. Now she got all that booty, and look at Jessica's face.
Yes, it's thin. No, this is something else right here.
Yeah, Beyonce didn't go. Bey didn't go quite that far.
This is like, I think that's a little too far. Yeah.
Well, that's what Demi did too back in the day, and it was like, you remember that? Do you remember that, Marcia?
Yes, I do.
When Demi Moore did it. I can't wait to see the comments that are going to come behind this, because I don't think they really started coming yet.
Yeah.
But, so anyway, I think that if that's what you want to do, I think it's a bit much. I don't really care who's doing it. I think it's a bit much, kind of personal. But everybody has a choice to do what they want.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Yeah, that's going to be out there forever. So.
Right.
Yeah. So, yeah.
I do think Serena Williams looks beautiful.
Okay, wait, hold on. Keith Brown is chiming in. He said, "Leading."
All right.
Y'all see him?
Bring it on.
He says, "Leading ladies, bring it like you always do. Keep it real. Topics flowing in the body of Christ. We have to be able to discuss real topics." Yes, we do. And we do. And that's what we do. Thank you so much. And why are you not on here again?
I really did. I told him today.
He's supposed to be on here. You're supposed to be on here. Do you remember how to get in? He probably don't. But anyway, you're supposed to be on here talking with us. But we're glad to see you, Keith Brown. Keep doing what you do. Inspiring. All right, what you got next? Marcia, anybody? Or Jessica? Let's round table. Jess, what you got?
Okay.
Yeah, because I know we were talking about Serena, but what I pulled up on her was John McEnroe.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
McEnroe?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, he had an interview,
mm-hmm.
and he talked about her being the best female tennis player, and then the reporter asked, why does he have to kind of qualify it by saying female, and then he said something like, well, she's an incredible player, but she'd be like 700 in the world if she played on the men's circuit. And she just said, so she responded on Twitter saying, "Dear John, I adore and respect you, but please keep me out of your statements that are not factually based." So some people are saying that he is right, that, women should not be compared to men in sports because they play at different levels. Some are saying, but you still don't know, she could possibly beat some men players. So I wanted to kind of get your take on, what do you think about women in sports? Is it a double standard as it relates to whether or not women can actually play just as well as men? Or should they be categorized? I mean, I'm thinking, unless you're a pro player, everybody doesn't even know how to play tennis. So I don't know that you can just say, well, she would be at the bottom of the bucket if she was playing against men. I don't know if I could make that statement, because she is very good at what she does.
I thought that was a very chauvinistic statement, honestly. However, I mean, let's just be real. Men have a different strength than a man. If a woman, if you were gonna say the boxer Muhammad Ali's daughter got into the boxing ring with a man, she would get slaughtered. Let's just be real. I don't think that it was necessary for him to say that or to rank her. It was a chauvinistic statement, and I think it was not necessary. He could have just said she's the best player and left it at that, in tennis or whatever. But the reality is, when it comes to us, there's always got to be a little piece there that's got to pull us down, give a compliment and take it back. That's just, I mean, we're used to it, are we not? Realistic. I'm being real now. Keith Brown said I could be real. And I'm being real. So and when I give you my topic, he's going to mess you up. But yeah, I just think that he went overboard. But you know, right in this climate they were in, people feel like they can say anything, do anything. There's no filter. You know, if it comes in your mind, you can blurt it out, and that's just 45 has opened up the door to be able to just say anything. And hello, Teresia Wade, God bless you, sis. Yeah, that's my opinion. Marcia?
I want to comment on this because actually I read in one of the articles in USA Today that apparently John McEnroe said that Donald Trump offered him money years ago to play against Williams. And I don't know why, yes, this is an article on USA Today. I don't know why she's being compared to men at all. You know, she's a woman.
Right.
So what need is there to compare her to men or her skill set or how well she can play to, you know, against men? And I just want to share this. When I was younger, the first young man that I ever dated played tennis, and I played tennis in high school too. And, you know, I was decent. And we played, and, you know, he hit the ball so hard, and, you know, he served so hard, and his backhand was awesome. And I thought I was good. And he used to tear me up on the tennis court. But it made my game stronger, and it made me better. But in no way was I, you know, a match for him on the tennis court. Exactly. If I hit the ball or if I served an ace, you know, it was maybe he was just letting me get that in, or maybe I got lucky. But, you know, there really, I don't think there is a genuine comparison. I played basketball. I have two brothers that played basketball, and, you know, they dunk on me. You know, and I couldn't say they jump higher than me. You know, they're stronger than I am, and I would try to hang in there with them. And even though I could in no way beat them, playing against them did make me a stronger player. But yes, men are much stronger. You know, they're men. They're supposed to be stronger. So I don't know why they why he compared her to men at all. You know, she's the best. She won 23 Grand Slam tournaments. You know, she's already proven that she is an outstanding tennis player as a female, and she's a female. Right. So why do we have to compare her to men?
It's not necessary. And the last match she won, she was pregnant. Hello, Nakia Ogletree and Diana Dobbins. Hello, God bless you, Queens. Yeah, I agree. I told you what I thought of it. But listen to this story. Huffington Post, black girls are viewed as less innocent than white girls starting at age 5. It says the new report found that adults view young black girls as less innocent and more adult-like than white girls starting as young as age 5. It says Girlhood Interrupted, the erasure of black girls' childhood was released on Tuesday by Georgetown's Law Center on Poverty and Inequity, shows that society's perception of black girls leads to their adultification. The report also shows that adults believe that black girls seem older than white girls of the same age and think that black girls need less nurturing, protection, support, and comfort than white girls. It also found that people assume black girls are more independent, know more about adult topics, and know more about sex than young white girls. What do you think about that?
Yeah, that sounds like a generalization or a stereotype more so than facts. Yeah.
Well, it was based on what the law. It says Girlhood Interrupted, the erasure of black girls' childhood. So they actually did studies to get the numbers. So it's more. I'm thinking, you know, based on who they polled. That's what.
Yeah, I'm gonna say that research thing. You can make it say what you want to, you know, depending upon who you talk to, and then it sounds more like, you know, their opinions. They could have asked white people the question, who do you think looks more innocent, or who do you think knows more about it? So I don't know. We would have to really find out who they sampled, but. I mean, I have a 5-year-old, and she definitely knows a lot more at 5 than I did. But the world is so much, I mean, it's very, very different compared to when I was 5. We were just talking about the things that are on television now, the things that I mean, they curse on the radio, so it's like she has to listen to gospel, because I'm like, even if you just try to listen to the regular R&B station, they are cursing and, you know, calling women out of their names. So, I mean, it depends on your environment, I would say, if you know more about sex and different topics. But to say that they are more innocent or they're more independent, I don't know. But I will say this now, my mom did want me to be an independent woman. Like, she did teach me that I needed to be self-sufficient. And so, you know, I can say that much, that my mom did teach me that. So I don't know about you ladies, but I'm willing to guess that, you know, you weren't told, you know, to, once you finish high school, to get married and that's it. Like, they probably wanted you to do something to further your skills and things of that nature. So, but to go back to 5 is ridiculous to me. It just, it makes no sense.
Well, I'm going to tell you what I see. I see that there probably is a lot of truth to that, and I'll tell you why. Because in a lot of households, especially single mother households, the mothers are working 2 and 3 jobs. So a lot of times the kids or daughters are being raised by older children who are doing older things. And so that childhood, they're learning what they see. And, you know, I've seen parents that, African-American parents, and I don't know too many people with white children, to be honest with you, that I can spend a lot of time with to even say how that household is. But I have seen mothers that make their daughters grow up. They're putting fingernails on them at 5 and 6, getting tips. And I went to the nail salon. The girl got tips. She had extensions all the way down around. This girl must have been about 7 years old. Now y'all know, y'all laughing because y'all know this is the truth. This is the truth. And so the perception, you know, and then they're around adults all the time. I know a girl that her daughter just talks so grown, and I'll be like, how old is this chick? What does she know? Mommy, you know she needed to have her butt whipped. I'm like, what? So it's true. It's true.
It depends on the environment. I think it depends on.
But I'm saying it. I think that in a lot of cases we rut, and it is not all the cases, but the perception is we can rush our kids, you know, right out of adolescence, trying to make them, I don't know what, because I kept my daughter a young girl as long as I could, you know, really. So stuffed animals, she would still have stuffed animals. She came here, she was 17. But Marcia, what do you think? I mean, I think I don't agree completely with it, but I have seen where it could be considered that in that light, because I've seen mothers that they just rush it. You know, they want their daughters to be their best friends, so they tell them all their business and all that stuff. I've seen it.
Well, I think there is you know, the innocence of a young girl, black or white, is precious. And I think that there is a danger if we just categorically equate young African American girls as being more adult-like and less innocent than anybody else. And then again, you know, here we go with the black people are more this and black people are more that. I would like to study the people who are studying us. Because, you know, we always come out with black people are more this. Black people have, you know, this disease more. And now it's young black girls are more likely to be more adult-like or less innocent. If we just categorically equate all young African American girls as less innocent, there's a danger there. Because now, you know, now they're kind of left out there, you know, and we just say, well, they're not innocent. So do we respect young black girls as much if we just say, well, they're not innocent anyway? If they get into trouble, do we think that it's their own fault? I think that there's a serious danger there. And yes, I have seen in public some young African-American girls, you know, misbehave and maybe talk a little more adult-like than they should. But I have also seen young girls of every race, if you go in a supermarket and they talk back to their parents and tell them no, and, you know how it is, you go in some supermarkets and you can have kids that misbehave and will outright challenge their parents publicly and not mind them. I'm telling my age here, not listen to them. So it works both ways. I do want to say one thing, and I'm sure you can relate to this. There are some girls who go to private schools and they wear those teeny skirts. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah. They go to private schools and the skirts are, just covering, their backside. Mm-hmm. And when you see the girls walk down the street with these little mini skirts, I've never thought that was appropriate, either black or white. And if that were African American girls in the hood wearing these mini skirts, we would be outraged. We would say, oh my God, why is she letting her daughter walk outside like that? But when we see the girls who go to private school with these mini skirts on, I don't know that we react the same way. And maybe that's because we think that there's nothing wrong with it. And there is a double standard there. But we certainly have to protect the innocence of our daughters as parents, as mothers, as teachers, as a community, as a village. Because if they lose that, then the respect for them can be lost.
Yeah, that's true.
Well, it says the report, which was built on information, and you're absolutely right, Marcia, from a 2014 study by Philip Goff that found that black boys are more likely to be viewed as older, suspected of crimes starting at age 10. So the same person, obviously, is the first of the kind to focus on girls. Researchers surveyed 325 adults from racial and ethnic backgrounds in a ratio that mirrors the country's population. Many of the adults surveyed had a high school diploma or higher. They found the biggest differences in the ways adults view children in the age brackets from 5 to 9 and 10 to 14. These differences continued to a lesser degree in the age of 15 to 19 bracket. So there you have how they did their and it says one reason this might be occurring is because black girls are being held to the same stereotypes we have had of black women. Blake said black women have historically and currently been seen as being aggressive, loud, defiant, over-sexualized, and I believe, along with many other researchers, that stereotypes of black women are being mapped onto black girls. So there you go.
That's sad.
It is.
That's really sad.
Keith Brown is talking. I wish you would call in because half of your stuff is getting cut off and I can't see it. But he did say from the beginning of the time, image of white females in America has been held to a higher standard than the image of women of color. Yes.
Can I just add one thing to that? Mm-hmm. I do agree with that. And the image of the black woman and of any woman of any race. But we have things like the Miss America beauty pageant in this country, where the image and the value and the beauty of certain women is protected and honored. And then if you look in our culture, we have music and songs, that call women B's and H's and the new word THOTS, where women are half naked and, shaking their behind. And there's no shame anymore. There's really no standard. So if we want to get upset about how we are portrayed and the stereotypes about us, then we need to start addressing, stuff within our own community. And, maybe, I don't know what it takes to boycott the music, to stop supporting, those artists that put those images, then they contribute to the negative stereotypes and perceptions about us. But maybe it would take that, because there are beauty pageants that honor, certain women and value them and put them up on pedestals, and then we get mad about it, and then at the same time we go out and we buy, drop it like it's hot, and we look at these videos where women, of all skin colors now, but many of us are, all support these videos and dance half naked in these videos. Mm-hmm. I think we need to address some stuff at home as well.
Well, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. I don't believe that either, but I do believe that we need to take responsibility in our homes for our children and make sure that our little girls know what it's like to experience being a little girl. We don't need to rush. We don't need to rush them. Hello, Jody Eccles. I don't know where you're at. Good morning. It's evening here, but God bless you. And Catherine Moore, God bless you. Where there are pockets of training, correction, and development, let's do it. Let's work on it. I mean, I never really cared what society thought about me or my kids, because I did what I thought was right in my family, but there's always room for correction, and we can help each other. If you're taking like I said, when I went there and I saw the little girl, a 7-year-old with the weave, that stuff is heavy, first of all. You know it is. Them braids are heavy. And it really literally was all the way down her back. And so, and Dr. Melanie Macklin came on our show and talked about how it pulls on you. You know, those things are tight when they put those things in, and they hurt. So you're putting your baby for what? Because you want your baby to have long hair? Ridiculous. If your baby came in here bald-headed, then let the baby be bald-headed. Put some Jerry curl on it and keep it moving, or whatever that activator. I didn't mean Jerry curl. I meant the activator, moisturizer, whatever it is. Put it on it and keep it moving. But y'all laugh at me, but I'm serious. Look, my daughter just happened to have really good, nice, strong, healthy hair. Praise the Lord. But I mean, really, I think I think that's not being fair to the children. And let's not even go into the perms. We won't even go into that, because Dr. Macklin is actually going to start coming on in July, giving little nuggets on our page, which I'm excited about. She's going to be a live contributor, bringing out stuff.
Nice.
That we can do. Dr. Melanie Macklin, you guys know her from Good Hair, Chris Rock's Good Hair. She is a contributor for BWE. She's going to give health tips on hair and nails and skin. All right, what you got? Who is it? Is it Jessica? Marcy is? Whose turn is it? I forgot. Jessica.
I want to, let's talk about one more thing I have, and I'm glad that you kind of mentioned the nails and the hair, because ladies, I saw a post. Now, we need to be real with this. I saw a post, and it showed how African American women, we buy so much from other communities. We'll buy the food and the hair and the nails and the beauty supplies, and then some. And then it turned around and asked the question, well, what do those other communities buy from us? What can we do about this as a community, as a people? And we do. This is the truth. You know, we buy like food, hair, beauty supplies, get our nails done, get our pedicures, and then what do they in turn around and buy from us? And there was nothing on the chart. So, ladies, I would like to know, what do you think we as a community, as a people, should do about this? Is this all right? Should we just continue to give our money away and not expect anything in return, that anybody else is going to come in and support us and buy our products? Because it's not like we can go to Asia and sell rice. Right. You know, ladies, what do you think?
Yeah, I think it's really based upon what is available in certain communities. Mm-hmm. A lot of times, especially when you go into low-income communities, you have Indians and, Asians. They own a lot of stuff, like the stores and the salons for the nails. And I mean, you've got blacks who own salons. And I mean, if you want to keep your money in the community, you can go there. But then we open up another can of worms, which people don't talk about a lot, which is, what is the customer service like? Mm. When if you're saying, okay, I'm going to, only support black-owned businesses, what is the service like? Is it going to be the type of service that you expect to get? And then also, how do the prices compare? Because sometimes, they can come in from another country and they put all their money together and, they don't have to pay taxes. So they have a lot of breaks that we probably wouldn't have actually living here. But one of the things my community does is we actually have a Black Pages booklet that gives you all of the Black-owned businesses in our area. And so that way we know, okay, you can go here, you can go there. Of course, it's not to say I won't support anyone else, which we should never do that, but you do have options. And I think it should be based upon customer service. And I'll tell you, I've been to the Chinese salons, the Asians, I don't know, all of them. I've been to them, and sometimes their service is not that great either. So, and don't think that I'm knocking African American owned businesses, but at the same time, if we want people to support us as African Americans, then we do need to make sure that we are giving and providing superior customer service as well.
Yeah. So one of the things that I'm pretty impressed about in here in Greensboro is we have and it's actually in my dad's community. They opened up a co-op community store, and basically the community gets to pay $100, and so it's owned by everybody. I don't even live over there, and I joined. So if you're a member, you go in there and you get discounts. And it is Black owned. And they really went through the city council to get this money, and there are things that we can do, but people really a lot of times want to sit back and say and complain. But the bottom line is you got to get involved in your community. I'm involved, Marcia. I am really involved, active in the community, and I know what's going on here. You got to get involved with your city council, your mayor, the commissioners. You need to know what's going on, what's available, who's getting the money that they're giving out when they're awarding grants and stuff, because the money is there. But if you don't show up to protest or to make your opinion known that a certain group is getting all this money, there's money out there for people to open businesses. That's what the city does. A lot of us don't take the time to even find that stuff out. But yeah, I think that we should do a better job, if we can, of patronizing our, people that look like us. What was that?
I think Mr. Brown called in. We might want to. Okay, I was just going to say he might have to mute, just to make sure.
Is that you, Mr. Brown?
Good evening, ladies. It is definitely me.
Right.
Okay, he called in with a telephone. We don't have no picture. Okay, well, what do you have to say?
I am not in a position. I'm actually out and about, but I wanted to call in, and I wanted to greet you three quintessential queens. So if you don't mind, I just want to stay on the line with you all.
Yes.
We want to hear your thoughts on some of the stuff that we've been talking about since you're here.
I am just so, man, you all are just so powerful tonight. I'm listening and I'm learning, and I will definitely share though.
Okay.
And I got a topic that would be good for him to pitch in.
I am just you all are just so powerful tonight.
Go ahead.
I'm sorry.
That's all right.
I thought we had lost you for a moment.
No, I'm still here.
Okay, great. This is, now, I will say this. I don't know if Mr. Brown, you've probably heard of Kodak Black. He is a rapper, actually from my hometown, Fort Lauderdale, Florida. Recently was on Instagram Live Saturday to speak to his fans and answer a few questions. So one question was posed to him: would you date singer-actress Keke Palmer? To which he stated, "Black girls really aren't his thing."
Oh.
Wow.
I don't even know who he is, but wow.
Yeah, his name is Kodak Black, so that tells you.
Is he black?
Yes, he is.
Well,
right.
y'all do you do know that he deactivated his Instagram and Twitter accounts.
Well, I'm sure he had to after that. And then they said he came back and said, "Well, no, I will date black women, but I just don't like dark-skinned black women."
Oh, my God. He came back and made it worse.
So I'm just like, oh my goodness, this is like, it's irritating. And then we've got little girls dealing with this issue of skin tone already.
Yeah.
And then to have, you know, a rapper say something like that, which if you listen to their music, which you'll hear a lot of negative things about, you know, I only like red bones, or, you know, I want a Hispanic or someone from another country. You know, they say stuff like that anyway. And I think a lot of times black women, black girls just kind of brush it off, and they still listen to the song and they still dance to it. But then when something like this comes out, like it hits home, and it's like, wow. But a lot of people are not really realizing that, hey, they're saying this stuff all the time in the music.
Well, one of the, you know, Dr. Houston, that's such a great point that you made. And I want to point out to all of you that Kodak Black is 20 years old. And so with him being 20 years old, he might not even have the consciousness of the beauty of black women, like the black womb he evolved from. So if black women are not your type, then, you know, there might be an issue there with his mother or his sisters or the women in his family. I'm not certain. I don't want to just say there is. But certainly he has not been given a positive image as it relates to the beauty of black women. And being 20 years old, he's in a generation right now where it is very, very popular for individuals. I'll say this, it is very popular for individuals, once again, to demean and minimize the beauty and the value of black women. Kodak Black is dark-skinned himself. He's dark-skinned himself, but you really can't blame him per se. You have to blame the fact that I'm certain that he was not mentored in the right way. When you look at a culture, whether you look at, you all talked about professional sports, you look at the number of African-American professional athletes who are dating white women, and that's their choice, but who are overwhelmingly dating white women, rather, who are married to white women. You look at the entertainment industry where a lot of African-American men and entertainers, once again, they are dating and marrying white women. So Kodak Black basically grew up in a culture, in a situation where black manhood and black womanhood coming together was not really celebrated. So I'm not surprised by his comments, but I do want to point out that he's 20 years old. Now, I do have a problem when I see older black men in their 40s and 50s and 60s who have the same perception, that I don't like to date black women, or black women are this, or black women are that. When I look at Kodak Black, I look at him as a kid, because my son is 21, and I know that at that age and where they are now, you know, he's just not fully developed, and he hasn't been mentored, he hasn't been taught, so he definitely doesn't know the value of black women.
I love it.
And I just want to say,
I hold him accountable.
But I just want to say that, you know, 20 years old, and then I want to say this, ladies, you never know when his manager or people on his label, you know, might have even asked him to make those comments. I'm not saying that's true, but understand the industry that he's in. And I do understand, Dr. Houston, that you're holding him accountable. I understand that, and that's great. Yes, hold him accountable. But I also feel that that young man needs some mentorship by some black men who need to teach him about the beauty and the value of black women.
I know there's a reason why I love you, Keith, Dr. Keith Brown, you the bomb.com. Marcia, what do you have to say?
Well, can I say it like I feel it?
Don't say it. You look, when have you not?
You know, I think I don't even know who Kodak Black is, and I'm a little embarrassed to say that, because I try to keep up, you know, with the rappers and you know, I try to keep up with what's going on, you know, so I know what my kids are listening to. But I think for him to make those statements, he's really imitating what has already been said already by other people in the industry. He's not the first person to say this. You know, maybe there's attention to it now. But for him to say, oh, I changed my mind, I will date black women. I mean, I would just say, look, you ain't doing us no favor.
Right.
I mean, you know, okay, oh, thank God he's going to date black women now. I mean, you ain't doing us no favor, for real. That's what I want to say. I mean, you know, but I do agree with Mr. Brown. Yes, there should be some mentorship. You know, the black man is so powerful. You're just so powerful when you speak, when you stand up, when you honor women, when you vindicate women. Your presence, what you say is so powerful. And yes, I do agree that he should have someone to mentor him because he came from a black woman. As a dark-skinned man, he came from a black woman. And for him to say, I don't date black women, it's like you're denying yourself.
Right.
And we don't have to keep supporting this music. I mean, they come out and disrespect women and call us every other name but a child of God. And we buy their albums and clap for them when they're on award shows. I mean, just don't do it. Just stop. Just don't support it anymore. It's not going to stop. It's acceptable behavior. It has become the norm in the music industry, and there's no outrage about these. Well, thank God there is now, but we're not appalled by it. It's just acceptable behavior.
Can I just say one thing?
Yes.
Let me say just one thing. Just a year ago, and I'm sure Dr. Houston knows about this. A year ago, Kodak Black, and maybe it might have been about a year ago, and he was criticized a year ago because he was in the studio and he was ridiculing dark-skinned black women then. And he was saying, you know, that they were not attractive, and he had some lyrics that were insulting to, you know, black women or darker-skinned women. And basically he was saying that light-skinned black women were more attractive than dark-skinned black women. And I'm just going to be real with you all on the phone because I love you all so much and the thousands of black women who are listening in tonight. This didn't start with Kodak Black. You know, this goes way back in our history where the Dr. Jessica Houstons, you know, and other women of beautiful darker hues and tones were ridiculed. We grew up in our communities where we would tease each other, and you all know this, where we would tease each other and call each other black, and that was supposed to be a put down. And if you were fairer skinned, okay, you were always viewed as better. It didn't start with Kodak Black. Yeah, it started within our communities where dark-skinned people have always been ridiculed and put down to the point that I even have colleagues of mine who've been told, you're pretty for a black girl, or you're pretty for a black woman. And so it did not start with this young man. And basically, I believe he's acting out that which he has seen over and over again in our communities. And when you look at society today, that's why I went back to the Girls Gone Wild, when you were talking about the issue of the little black girls being more at risk than the little white girls. When you look at it, in society today, you have a plethora of young white girls and young white women who are throwing themselves at these black entertainers, at these black athletes. And so what is happening is that the black women out there and young black women, they have higher standards. And in the rap industry, rappers by nature, and I'm not stereotyping all of them, but it's an industry where if women have high standards, these are not the women you go after. And so basically Kodak Black is just acting out basically what his industry is. So of course he would want to date those women who are throwing themselves on him and not the women who will say, make him wait, or the women who would make him be respectful. So I just want to throw that out there.
I just want to say, I had he's much younger than I am. Today he said, I just love a chocolate sister. I said, hallelujah. I'm just saying. So I'm right there with you, Dr. Jessica. We chocolate sisters, okay? Beautiful queen chocolate sisters. So I'm not even fazed by that foolishness. But I did want to bring up something that came up too. Leslie Jones, remember the one I didn't know last week?
Yeah.
She's back in the news. Did y'all hear?
Oh Lord.
I
saw her on the BET Awards.
Yeah, I didn't see her, but so she's mad at the Ritz-Carlton. She said that they don't like black people they overcharged her $35 supposedly on her bill, so she's furious. So why are you laughing, Marcy? she's feuding with the Ritz-Carlton, and they apologize. It says that they apologized to her via Twitter and asked the comedian to send a direct message through their micro blogging site. So my question is, first of all, I've never stayed at the Ritz-Carlton. Maybe you have, Dr. Brown, Dr. Jessica. I don't know. Do you think that when you go to those upscale hotels that you get treated differently?
I haven't, but they did overcharge me my last day. Because I got the entire package with breakfast and all that, and then they turned around and still charged me for breakfast. So,
do you think it was because you was black?
I don't know. I'm gonna have to check on that. No, I'm joking. But they treated me well. I mean, it's one of my favorite places to go because I mean, we really get top of the line treatment. So I don't know where they've gone, but the Ritz that I've gone to.
And here's what I think and really the reason I asked this is because we know she got some really ugly comments on Twitter and her looks. And by the way, did you guys see how stunning she came out with her hair done and all? Did you see her, Marcia? And did y'all see her?
I saw, on Sunday?
Yeah. I mean, I saw the replay when she didn't have the spiked hair, the way she came out on the red carpet. Did you see it?
Oh no, I didn't see that.
Oh yeah, she came out. She came out like a glamour chick. Look it up, and she didn't look nothing like she does. Do you all think that? I mean, because I don't have a problem with the spike hair. Dr. Roma wears it too. But do y'all think that that contributes to some of the abuse or the comments that she gets because she doesn't have the quote unquote regular look?
I don't think it has anything to do with her hair.
You think? What do you think? Right. No. You guys don't think the comments have anything to do with the way she looks? Because when they showed her today pull it up, when they showed her with her hair straight, oh my God, they were talking about, they did it on Today's Show. Oh, she looks so glamorous. I think it does. I mean, the way other people, not us, but the way other people, they want you to look like the standard quo.
Right. Well, I want to go back to the Ritz-Carlton comment. The Ritz-Carlton comment. I've stayed at the Ritz-Carlton as well. I had excellent service, and I just don't think that. And Leslie Jones can say whatever she wants to say, but I think that we have to be very careful to label a business, a company, or an institution based on that one incident. Now, if there were about 100 other celebrities or individuals that came out and talked about unfair treatment, then I think we need to look a little deeper. Just as back in the day before Denny's changed its image, the restaurant chain Denny's changed its image, there were so many complaints against Denny's that I stopped eating at Denny's, and then they made an effort to be more inclusive. You have more African-American restaurant owners of Denny's franchises than ever before. So I would just be very careful to say that, I don't just look at that comment that she made as valid. In terms of her look, I think Leslie Jones is like the modern-day Grace Jones. Mm-hmm. She is the modern-day Grace Jones today. She is tall. She is dark. She's beautiful. She's talented. But the other thing is Grace Jones was an actress. Leslie Jones is a comedian. So she goes down hard and roasts people and cracks jokes about people. And so now she's getting a lot of that back. She's getting a lot of that back, and she's a comedian. And see, that's the other thing. She's a comedian. And so her personality is over the top. That's why she was able to be on Saturday Night Live. She's loud. She's boisterous. And in America today, when a woman in general and a black woman or a woman of color in particular, when they are loud and when they are boisterous and, they are viewed in a certain way. I believe that she's a beautiful, talented, brilliant black comedian, a beautiful black woman overall. And basically, we live in a country where the standard has always been you have to be 90 pounds, you have to have blonde hair and blue eyes, and that has always been the standard of beauty. So whether it's you three beautiful ladies on the phone with your cat, one of you has the beautiful light skin caramel hue, the other one has a butterscotch hue, the other one has a chamocha hue, but all three of you are beautiful. See, but we are all caught up with that. We're all caught up when it comes to color. We really are, and other people aren't. But that's why I said white womanhood has always been the standard of beauty in this country, and anything that's contrary to that has been deemed unworthy. And that's what I think we're seeing with Leslie Jones.
All right. Anybody else?
And yeah, that might be what they say, but I know a lot of sisters can attest to the fact that white guys love black women. So
Hello.
they might not say, I mean, you're out, you'll see them staring at you. They might try to, speak to you or give you a compliment. So, and then we know, taking it all the way back to when they wanted our women and they took our women. So
absolutely,
know that they definitely are intrigued by our beauty.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. And to highlight what Dr. Houston is saying, if we were to be real on this call tonight, I believe that black women, now let me say this, Dr. Houston is right. Systematically, white men have always pursued black women. Always. Systematically, historically. But if we were to really examine this deeper, most of the flack that Leslie Jones got from hosting the BET Award did not come from the white community. Most of it came from the black community, and a lot of it came from black women who said that she wasn't that pretty. Just like back in the day, everyone knows that you all love Denzel Washington. Denzel Washington is the black woman's heartthrob today, like Billy D. Williams was back in the day. But how many people looked at his beautiful wife, Pauletta, and said, well, I never really saw him with Pauletta. Why not? Why not?
Oh, I think it's
maybe one of y'all can answer that for me. But was it because Pauletta, that you didn't see Pauletta as beautiful enough to stand next to Denzel Washington? There have been even people who criticized former First Lady Michelle Obama because they didn't think she was pretty enough to be with President Barack Obama.
Well, we have our own issues with, just like Dr. Jessica said, we have our own issues with light and black. We have had it. And so, people like a, Halle Berry look. And you remember Halle Berry, man, she was like the hottest thing going for, and I think she still might be for a long time. That straight hair, that mixed hair and all that stuff. So yeah, we're hard on each other. We are really hard on each other. I always thought Denzel's wife was gorgeous myself.
Absolutely.
And Samuel Jackson too. I think they have some beautiful queens. And so maybe they said it. I don't even know if I heard it, but I always thought she was beautiful, a beautiful queen. But what do you all have to say?
I have a comment about that. I always thought Pauletta was beautiful too. And then the difference, as a man, Pauletta was the woman that he chose to be his wife. And, there's a difference there. So beauty is only truly skin deep, and beauty fades. And after a while, gravity sets in. And whatever we may have going on when we're 20 years old, even if we get the Botox and if we get the lift and if we get the implants, sooner or later, all that's going to fade. So a woman has to have more going on than just a pretty face and a nice smile and an hourglass figure. Pauletta was the one he chose to be his wife. This is the woman I want to spend the rest of my life with. So not only is she beautiful on the outside to him as a man, but on the inside, who she is as a woman. And that has to be more than just what a woman's physical appearance is. Can she hold a conversation with the man? Can she keep his interest? Is she going to be a good mother to his children? There's got to be more going on than just a pretty face.
Absolutely.
No matter what skin color we are, there got to be something more. Does she have a mind for herself? That's what I have to say.
Dr. Jessica, we're right at the 10 o'clock.
Oh yeah,
hour.
We're good.
What you got? You have any comment on that?
I don't.
Well, this has indeed been a great show as always. We want to let everyone know that we have moved up, and this show will be available on YouTube in about an hour. You'll be able to go over to our YouTube channel, which is BWE TV, and you can listen and share it and email it to your friends that are not on Facebook. And of course, it'll be on our Facebook page. So keep up with us. Make sure that you share it. The topics were good. I thank all of you queens and my king brother. Did you see, Keith, that I shared your comment from yesterday?
No, I did not see it.
You should have seen it, because I know the numbers had to increase because I shared it on the fan page when you were getting ready to deal with the kids. I shared it on the fan page. See y'all sleeping on me, but anyway, I did share.
I'm definitely gonna look. I've been traveling, so I apologize and thank you so much. I appreciate you.
Well,
I love you.
Well, you don't tell me. Y'all don't tell me what you're doing. So unless I see it in the feed, I don't share it. But if it comes up in there, I share it. And I love you more. We want to thank everybody. We do have early morning prayer tomorrow at 5:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time for you all that are going to be joining us. Pastor Sharon Bush will be leading us in prayer. Good night, Queens. Do you have any closing remarks? Closing remarks? Anything? No? Closing remarks? No?
Good night, everyone. Love you, ladies.
We love you. We love you. Thank you for calling in. All right. Good night, everybody.
Everyone. Thank you. Thank you, Dr. Brown.
God bless.
Good night. Love you.
Love you, too.